are good, back and set to go. Welcome back to the Honor Stream, part 38. Hot off the heels of defeating Cazador and taking down the House of Grief, which we are still currently in at the moment. Controller died at the very end of the stream last night, so I figured we would just pick back up from here. Alright. Normally I would get a TikTok thing. There we go. Continue with Google. TikTok finally gave me my permissions to stream there again. Not entirely sure what I did to begin with to piss them off, but it is what it is. Yes, it was me. Dual verification thing. Alright, 1 second. Give people a chance to join in before we get started. Yes, mobile live dashboard, you are there. As is the wonderful TikTok monitor. There we go. Okay, without further ado, have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Creators must be 18 or older to go live. Yes. Alright. No potential nudity. Aw. Happy Twitch anniversary. Oh, that's cute. That's excellent. Alright. Back to it. So we were going through the House of Grief and pulling the last of the notes and everything out of there. Hello, welcome back, welcome back. We get to wrap up the House of Grief. The very last few things to pull out of here. Alright, we do not need to have Shadowheart's armor on us. That is so totally gonna go to Shadowheart, however.
No time to waste.
Yeah, you get Viconia's fancy shield, because fuck that bitch. Alright. Let Karlak do the looting. Interrogation in 3 levels. A manual for Sharan interrogators describing 3 levels of induced stress: emotional, physical, and lethal. It emphasizes eliciting information over punishment and cautions the interrogator against becoming emotionally involved in the process, either sympathetically or sadistically. Or sadistically, indeed. Welcome back, those that are watching on TikTok. TikTok didn't like something about whatever it was that I streamed last time, and they yanked my privileges. I don't entirely know why. But either way, welcome back. To catch you all up who are watching on TikTok, the last stream saw us take down Cazador and the House of Grief on Honor in the same run. So we are making serious progress, almost said progress, on the Honor run. But you can't turn away a bunch of helmets that just give you a bunch of free money. A buy cocket? Also, for those that haven't heard, the green screen finally came. And it is going to be a thing. Definitely had to go out and get hooks from Menards so that I could actually hang it, because the frames are too big for the basement, but yeah, it's going to be fun. The pages in this handwritten notebook have been torn out, except for the final page, which was only partially removed. The remaining text reads as follows: Urin agents. In summary, must be trained to deal with conventional Illithid and Githyanki traps, locks, levers, and controls, but most importantly, they must be mentally prepared to face extreme situations under alien conditions. Casualties are expected, but that circumstance must not halt the mission. Agents are to be deep imbued to regard mission success as critical, even beyond survival. And report on activities of everybody's favorite Enver Gortash. A detailed report from a Sharan agent, Dark Adept Bilvoy Reed, about the activities of Enver Gortash, an arms smuggler the Sharans had designated a person of interest. The report concludes with the lines below. Gortash, whom we believe to be a follower of the tyranny godling Bane, has recently been consorting with a leading adherent of the murder godling Baal. The pair were observed entering the Devil's Fee, where they conferred for over an hour with the establishment's proprietor, the known diabolist Helsik. This must be considered significant, as Helsik is reputed to be able to open gate portals to the hells if her extravagant fees are met. And again, for those that are coming in and watching over TikTok, I have since been to the House of Hope, and Raphael is no more. That was a fun time. Stack of books, labeled book. A roster of 5 infiltrators is written in an elegant hand. Above their names, it is noted that this group have proven themselves to be the most skilled and have the greatest chance of successfully obtaining the artifact, but they remain utterly expendable. Calden Darkwood, Buddig Vriss, Kirk Deepcroft, Drina Kovley, and Shadowheart, leader, close combat, lockpicking, languages, and healer. Lower City and Upper City. A guidebook written to assist newcomers in grasping the separation of the upper and lower parts of the city of Baldur's Gate. It describes the upper section as the home of the patriarchs, who are the city's nobility caste. It is well patrolled, and its immense wealth shows itself through wide, well-lit streets, shining proudly on buildings of elaborate and elegant decoration. By the lower section of the city is a tangle of narrow streets, compact buildings, Alright, are we back? It looks like we're back. Keeping an eye on and taking a look at any bandwidth bullshit, but it looks like we're okay so far. Man, that's unfortunate, but at the very least I have an explanation as to why it's dropped frames detected 38% over the last 2 minutes just a few seconds ago. Alright, let me know if it continues to be a thing.
Careful, I'm behind. Should be easy.
I'm trying to think of what else there would be that things would be competing for the internet. It's just me. The wife's not home. Made things invisible, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh god, this is something that I should know. Hell, I just read it again within the last year. There's a button.
on, let's go.
I love it. Well, not really, but... Oh, hey, my permissions to stream to TikTok are restored. Kills the rest of the stream. She has a lot of books on her. But it's a whole thing, it seems like. Drop frames 26% over the last 2 minutes a few seconds ago. What the fuck? Shutting everything else or all the other processes down. Okay. I mean, that's something. Again, TikTok permissions are restored. Kills the stream. Fucking hell. Alright. Well. Anyway. The Ways of the Heart and Introduction. In long, winding prose, the book promises it can help alleviate all sorts of emotional distress, which it categorizes as heart forms. But what heart form afflicts you, dear reader? All of us suffer, but not equally. Consider the most common maladies of the spirit: the violent, the melancholy, the craven, the false, the prying, the jealous heart. The book continues promising volumes dedicated to exploring each heart form in depth, available for purchase at the House of Grief. Soothing the Violent Heart. And I got another drop frame rate notification. A self-help book claiming to comfort those prone to hot tempers and violent urges. Hot-bloodedness has its place within a healthy, balanced spirit, but what if the blood boils? What if a violent heart spurs its possessor to dire thoughts, words, or even deeds? You must forgive your foe, help them up, even heal the wounds you opened upon them. For if you cannot heal them, how can you heal yourself? Excuse me. The book continues on at great length, suggesting treatments pioneered by the House of Grief may help should self-improvement fail. Denying the Prying Heart. A self-help tome boasting means of moving past inclinations towards nosiness and interfering with others. To become involved in the lives of others is a simple fact of life, but what if you become too involved? To vicariously sup upon the joys, sadness, and secrets of those around yourself points to a sickening emptiness in the heart. You must fill it with life and feeling of your own, even if it hurts you, even if it poisons you, otherwise you will remain an empty vessel. Emboldening the Craven Heart. Claiming to be able to help the timid and weak-spirited find their inner strength. Not everyone needs to be a hero, but all hearts need courage, just as all stomachs need food. But what if you find yourself denied? Hey, welcome back. Because that's exactly what it is. 100% that's exactly what it is. And a little part of me is dying inside every one of these that I read, but we're gonna get through them. But what if you find yourself denied your measure? What if fear and doubt grips you all too easily? You must stand fast and face your fears resolutely. Do not flee or take desperate, futile action. Present your best self to the world, and soon your heart shall believe in it also. Oh god, there's a line out of the West Wing. Fake it till you make it. Or, act as if ye have faith, and faith shall be given to him. Put in simpler terms, fake it till you make it. Love that show. Warming the melancholy heart. Purporting to help those suffering from melancholia. What of sadness, dear reader, that assails you without rhyme or reason? What if the sunniest of days can become smothered in gloom, with no end in sight? The remedy may seem non-existent, but it is not so. No heart that beats is a stranger to that which gives it joy. You must seek it out, however you can. Music can lift moods as easily as flame can melt ice. The beginning and the end are the same across all the books so far, which is why I'm skipping them. Claiming to help those prone to jealousy. Do you covet what others have while neglecting what you already lay claim to? Does your desire for more curdle into a mire of self-pity? You must prize yourself from the fetid swamp of jealousy before it drowns you. Think not of what others have, but what they do not have. There is joy to be found in helping others, joy and perhaps salvation also. Purporting to help those prone to deceit and insincerity. Let us speak plainly, dear reader. You may believe deception to be an art form, one that benefits you more than it harms you. But this is the worst lie of all, the self-deception that shall one day be your ruin. But how can you break the cycle? It can prove difficult to speak the truth when lies come so easily. Instead, perhaps do not speak at all. If you cannot be honest, then at least you can be silent. Absolving the wayward heart. A curious self-help tone that claims to help those who have disappointed their elders. It seems to have been hastily printed and bound, and strikes an oddly harsh tone. Alas, poor reader, not everyone can improve themselves without the help of others. Some need the instruction of an elder, a steadying, authoritative hand that can mete out guidance and discipline in equal measure. Honor your elders, dear reader. Be mindful of their lessons, deferential to their desires, and grateful for their discipline. Be of service to them even when you think you're at odds with them. The book drones on, dispensing suspect advice that advocates for utter obedience before imploring the reader to seek further help at the House of Grief. Sorry, that hit a little close to home at the moment. Cloister budget. A detailed budget breaks down the cloister's income and expenditure. In one column are listed items such as donations, book sales, and profits from sale of memories. Profits from sale of memories. Wow. Something right out of Cyberpunk 2077 right there. The next column includes supplies, bribes, and informer fees, poisons and rare substances, and more. Next to one paltry offering in the income column, an angry note has been added in elegant script. Unacceptable. The Dark Lady's Church cannot thrive on crumbs. Do better or be replaced. Viconia.
Now that's a hefty take.
Should have read the rest of this last night. Become our friend. An application from inviting members, or an application form inviting members of the public to become a friend of the House of Grief. Several tiers of donations are outlined in return for benefits such as having your name listed in the thanks section of their next publication. Subscription tiers. Fucking hell. The thanks section of their next publication. Bespoke calming tonics, a plague or a plaque in your honor. Not a plague in your honor, that would be a whole thing. And even a complimentary session to be unburdened of your woes. The amounts of gold start modestly, but soon climb to staggering amounts at subscription tiers. Become our friend. That is a wonderful way to put Viconia. That is such an apt description. That, yeah, you nailed that. You so wholeheartedly nailed that. Client list. Aloric Whitmirth, melancholy heart, paid in full and referred for unburdening my loving wife who just stepped into the room. Hang on a moment. They are ever so slightly too tall, but I went to Menards and I
saw
got
the hooks.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I wonder why I had to buy these.
I love you. Aloric Whitmirth. All you have to do is get your friends and family to sign up for memory erasure. Shaylin sponsors. Welcome. Well, either way, it's good to have you, and just happy to have you, and looking forward to having you more either way. And I do understand. Don't worry, we got you, and we'll be here. All right. About politics. Is it super easy and I can get you started right away? Pyramid scheme. Anyway, Aloric Whitmirth, melancholy heart, paid in full and referred for unburdening. Elvir Sunberry, craven heart, paid in full then backed out, partial refund. Ludric Crumps, jealous heart, paid in full and referred for unburdening. Jackrell Iron Thumbs. They had to have had some fun coming up with these names. Prying Heart, paid in full, had an adverse reaction to the mapping of the heart and fled. No refund. Marco Crean, possible false name, curious sort, not local, by accent, black hair, pale complexion, prying heart, paid in full with unknown gold currency and was referred for unburdening but fled. Who was that? Note, Mother Viconia has ordered we seek out this Marco Crean, if possible, during his mapping. She detected thoughts and memories of strange lands and unfamiliar people. Fixed on a sword or possibly Zord, ? Mother Viconia's interest was piqued. She wants that mind. Update, the trail has gone cold. It is as if he vanished entirely. Cleona Frostley, violent heart, paid in full and referred for unburdening. Arv Silvermount, melancholy heart, paid in full and referred for unburdening. I'm snapping a picture. Sorry. Marco Crean. There's something to that. There is something to that. Alright. Security guidelines, and then we can get the fuck out of here. From the quill of the Mother Superior, Lady Shar's sacred halls must be defended at all costs. Ensure that all who are assigned to guard duty or service in the House of Grief are aware of correct protocol. Secrecy is our first and best defense. The House of Grief is more than a facade. It is a shield. Maintain it as if your life depends on it, for it does. The hidden passage leading downwards must remain sealed unless indicated otherwise on my authority. Should foes penetrate the lower levels, the main hall before the Chamber of Loss shall be our final readout. Is that how I say readout? I've never actually been sure on that one. If all else fails, destroy anything that may be of use to Lady Shar's foes. Preserve her secrets. That's a typo. I found a typo. Do not allow yourself to be captured. Take poison, fall on your blade, swallow your tongue. Do not betray the Dark Lady. Swallow your tongue. Hey, Caboose, why don't you just, stand here and try not to swallow your tongue or anything like that. It's one of my favorite red versus blue quotes. Lockpicking impossible. Do I have a key? I sure as fuck do.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Alright.
Soldier.
Taking the books for evidence. Yes, of course I am. Really? Related to... Okay, so... Marco. How... He's gotta be a major character. Like, he's gotta be, like, a character. Spoiler for it's almost certainly... At the end of the game, if you didn't kill this NPC and completed their quest, their last line of dialogue alludes to them discovering a way to hop dimensions and describes the setting of Baldur's Gate 3, including illithids. Wow. How about that? That's interesting. Damn. This fucking game, though. Alright, one more book. Forging Success. A self-help volume English. A self-help volume purporting to help those prone to deceit and insincerity. Let us speak plainly, dear oh, okay, yeah, we did that one. Yeah, super successful. Inner Peace, The Path to Perfection. A self-help book suggesting all depressive woes can be cured by drinking the oil of freshly grown olives. Having a troublesome day? Have some olives instead. Or drink this olive juice. It'll all be okay. Poppies. Whatever the rest of the Wicked Witch's line is, all of it will be alright. The surprising habits of Karaturian warlords. As long as they're black olives, I can't do the green ones. Olives are good though. Disappointed their elders. Yep, nope. Okay. Okay. Well, after 30 minutes of reading more books. The fanciest.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Show you some respect. Okay. We are going to hit my microphone stand. That's what we're going to do. Going to quick stop by Omelum. However, the Mind Flayer's name is pronounced that I'm pretty sure they pronounce in different ways at different points of the game just to throw you off.
Isn't it?
Peaceful for the moment. But for how long?
But then headed down to the Steelforge factory and to Long Rest. Can you ever know too much about olives? Who's hiding? Scratch. And he succeeded in his hide check against the Steel Watch, apparently.
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravengard.
Crespo, we're
That
standing
you
in the
also
Alcor
saved
embassy
me
right now.
was unexpected.
Human, delighted. It is good to meet you. I would never have left you behind. I rather like you.
Such kinship is unnatural for two such as we are. Yet, I too feel some. Your inclination to generosity is an admirable quality, one I wish to reciprocate. Blurg and I have consulted on the matter of your reward. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, our influence there remains negligible. Instead, we have selected a series of items from the Society's vaults. Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right that I do my part in helping you defeat it, or at least improving your odds.
Yes, thank you for some useless trinkets.
So your escape from the Iron Throne was a narrow one.
Indeed. I find I now have
He absolutely is the best boy, and one of my favorite boys. I just wish he could give you a little bit more in terms of whatever is in that bag. I actually think taking his backpack was more useful. Which actually, who would have that? I think it might be a Starian if it's still on him. Nope, camp supplies. Omelium's backpack is somewhere around here. It is a thing. Also, welcome, Miss Derica. Happy to have you.
Never a dull moment.
And that is a long rest. I have Mind Flayer friends. Oh god, how many characters aren't going to have clothing? Alright, Astarion has something on.
That's strange. Knowing I'll never hear Cazador's voice again. Knowing it'll never command me to bow against my will. I'm free from him. Forever.
You say with the outfit that I plucked from the librarian's quarters of Sharess's Caress. I try. That absolutely. I love to have all of you. I've had so much fun with this, and it's... Do you regret turning? No. I'm free from him forever. Do you think we did the right thing? freeing all those vampire spawn?
I have to hope so. And if not, at least there's only so much damage they can do in the Underdark. But that first rush of freedom can be intoxicating. I didn't always make the best decisions when I first tasted it. They'll need guidance.
Mysterica, is this your first stream that you've managed to join for us? Are you volunteering for the job? But do you think your brothers and sisters can do it?
I hope so. Because there'll be consequences if they can't. The Underdark is not a forgiving place. I suppose that's the less convenient side of freedom, having to live with the choices you made.
Well, I'm glad you decided to speak up.
Back at the ritual, all I could see was the power on offer and the safety it promised. I was so blinded by it. Just as Cazador was. But you saw something in me. Someone else I could be. Someone who could break the cycle of power and terror that started centuries ago. You saved me back there.
Shared the olive in the Discord.
I may not have appreciated it at the time, but I do now. Thank you.
You saved yourself. All I did was give your uncle a little nudge out of the door.
You did more than that. You believed in me. Believed I was enough. Just the way I am. When I look at my future, anything and everything feels possible now. You saved me from myself. And let me walk a new path where I can be free. Truly, honestly free. This is a gift, you know. Thank you. I won't forget it.
This will be the last night. Yes. I completely forgot about that. Completely forgot. I didn't know that it existed until they brought it up. Granted, this isn't the first stream that that the group brought it up, but this is definitely the first time I'm going to be able to do something about it.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
She doesn't, excuse me, have anything that she wants to say? How is the music? All right. You know, I wonder just how many camp supply objects I have. Not as many as I had thought. They charge it to you at checkout.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while.
Oh, there we go.
Perhaps people lost faith. Or forgot about it. I wanted to come here. To see if I felt anything that I hadn't done before.
I'm gonna have questions for you guys in a second.
Now that I know what I know. Now that I know who I am.
Is it going to be easier or more difficult to gather the party members and the summons to buff them all together at the same spot? That's something that I have to consider that. Okay. Oh, okay. Then sold. You've turned from Shar. Doesn't necessarily oblige you to come here and embrace Luna. No. And do you feel anything?
Loss. Actual loss, not Shah's oblivion. I had my family. For too short a moment. Now they're gone. By my hand.
They're not truly gone. Remember the moon motes.
I remember. But they can't comfort me. They can't give me advice. They can't tell me what I was like as a little girl.
That's usually what I do at this camp. So what is it now? Shadowheart or Genevieve?
Shadowheart. She's as much a part of who I am as Genevieve. Can't just forget her. It's not what I do anymore. Besides, Shadowheart still suits me. Even better than before, perhaps. You can't cast a shadow without some light.
Timing, sending certain characters across camp before other characters so that they all wind up at the same spot and within a certain radius just at the right time to be able to hit the button and get them all. It's an art form.
What a charm.
It really is. Alright. I am sorry to do this to you all, but you get to ride shotgun on me fucking with the party.
Let's move.
But that being said, everybody's saying that the elf song it is easier to do this at, so we will go there. I actually don't think I've spoken to Alfira either. Hang on.
I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes.
I wouldn't mind doing a little shopping in the city.
Say, I think I may have overdone it with the black and purple for, oh, my entire life. Your look serves you well, though.
I'm 10 years behind. Don't want the youths to think I'm not, you know, up with the times.
He's delivered. Yes.
No. No, I didn't. And I'm reasonably certain that I can afford it now as well. I sure as fuck can. Same. 100% forgetting about the statue. Okay, so do the elf song or go get the statue? Which would it be more beneficial to do first? Okay. Sold. Riggington. So about the weather and all that other terrible bullshit. Really just brought up the weather to kind of poke fun at the fact that there's a loading screen on right now, but seriously, fuck the weather. It's been just terrible, pretty much no matter where you are. The heat finally broke up by us today. Was able to get a bunch of yard work done.
What are you calling this smooth business?
Sorry, you have red caps working.
Stinks of cheese between its pinky toes.
Blood in the circus without Benji. Aww.
You're telling me I missed blood? The rest of them know this about me, but for our newcomers, the weather is something that has me consistently worried. Consistently worried.
Oh, dribbles. My wife is heartbroken. Those two would chat from dawn until dusk. Such friends they were. But I'm sure a sizable contribution from an adventurer such as yourself would cheer her up.
In fact, I think the last discussion that we had about weather and climate change happened at the circus the last time that I was here. I'd like to see a statue of myself for my camp.
Oh, my wife shall be delighted. Customs are her favorite, particularly when their facial structure is as unique as yours.
I want a statue of me naked.
Tremendous! Stony, darling, let us put this towards our getaway in the Moonshay Isles.
I don't know.
I'll have your statue shipped to your camp. You shall love it.
Maybe it was going to Jurassic World last time. Or Chult.
Oh, darling, don't forget that Dragonborn's order. It's due shortly.
Well, that was a solid chunk of change, but fret not. It's time to buy a Trito. Okay, still here.
Trito! Trito!
Let me see what you got.
Yes! I has lots of stuff. Just for you.
Inexhale nailed it right there. It is the Circus of the Last Days, so... Oh yeah, that's way too much shit to sell back right now. Moving on.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Come back to Papa soon.
Indeed. Other vendor to visit before I go back. Oh, that's right. I have the Orphic Hammer now. I can show boss. Hey. Welcome. Good to see you.
Not going inside.
Right. Got to got to stop by and talk to boss. Have to actually prove to him that the Orphic Hammer is a thing. Alright, here we go.
Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
I have the hammer. I stole it from Raphael's lair.
So quick to share it with him. This is not wise.
The Prince of the
Estonian
Comet is
boner
not dead.
relationship.
The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane? Among our people, one gift is esteemed above all others. The Silver Sword. Take it. Wield it in honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son. Vinisk, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
You will once you figure out that it's an elder brain instead of a, nether brain. Underneath the city right now. I'll find a way to free Orpheus from your clutches. Baldurin, I'm coming for you.
Even if you could, you would relinquish your mind to the Elden Ring in so doing.
Questions, Vinisk?
That's an excellent question. I've never managed to do it. I am vaguely aware that you are able to get his sword in Act 1, but surviving Voss is usually trouble enough for me that I have to admit I've never tried. Orpheus sensed the tadpole before, and his guard attacked. Won't he attack if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Getting into the astral prism is going to be complicated.
Yes. But you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
There it is. Silver Sword of the Astral Plane. And which, because I'm Githyanki, can technically wield it, should I? There really isn't any reason not to. Say no more. Alright. Stopped by, talked to Voss. Got him wrapping up a bunch of other odd ends or loose ends here, I guess. Stopping in to talk to everybody's favorite, it's Howard. Which, by the way, shout out to the woman that runs the It's Howard page. That was a whole thing, and I always enjoyed seeing her updates. For those of you that do know what I'm talking about or are vaguely aware, you'll recognize the model.
What do you need?
More smoke powder arrows, please. AKA, let me just buy enough shit off of you so that I can actually sell all my other crap. 4,870. Wasn't it a fantastic thing? Every one of those updates, Like, I absolutely adored them. She doesn't stream very often, but she does have a stream that goes on. I regret to say that I've never actually been able to tune into it. Oh, come on. Sure. I will buy that.
Bless you.
Hello again, sir. What can I do for you?
Oh, to Katie Farm D. The green screen has officially come in to be able to start recording the augmented reality stuff for Beat Saber and Synth Riders. And I found out earlier today when I posted the leaderboard picture that I got yesterday. I guess I'm in like the top 10 to 20 for the majority of the stuff that I've been playing, like the top 20 synth rider players in the entire world.
Everything
So
alchemical from potions to poisons.
That's the
Just
thing.
do make sure you read the label before quaffing.
And I'm really looking forward to getting started with that. I'm so excited. Like I knew that I was good, but to see it actually get put up on a leaderboard and then to see the other people that I'm right next to on the leaderboards start to chime in and go, "Oh, I'm so and so and such, you know, you'll probably catch up." It's like, "Wait. Oh, you're this person who I'm sandwiched between your two scores on two different platforms because it's a multi-platform leaderboard on top of everything." Exciting. Anyway, went to the wrong place, but have to go back anyway. And chasing your scores is what kicked that all into gear. So again, thank you. It's a solid, it's a good time. Beat Saber is great. I love my Beat Saber. Fuck, at this point, I mean, you've been playing it. You were there the first time that I got to try Beat Saber. Yeah, you've been playing it way longer than I have. Yes, with a new Lindsey Sterling song that has consistently whooped my ass. I haven't managed to get all the way through that one yet, which is super irritating. But Sterling has her own pack on Synth Riders too, including this, they call them experiences. Oh, that was a English language failure. Where the environment changes completely and is specially designed to reflect the music or the song that is being played, and they have one of them for Lindsey Sterling. It's really cool. Alright, now to the Elsong Tavern, now that I have gotten the sword from Voss. Oh, bought stuff from everybody's favorite kobold vendor. Stopped in to see Howard, the potion vendor, and bought my statue. I'll chase you up to Expert Plus at some point. I did for a few of them. not a ton. I started to play Synth Riders and fell completely in love with that.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is.
Business going well?
With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self?
Oh, for the rest of you, you have heard ever so brief tell of Katie Farm Deep. She is the one who I mentioned turned me on to Has Been Hotel. So think back a little bit. But ever so briefly mentioned her. I'm looking for a place to stay.
I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over.
You played in the house rock band games for the house parties, right? I honestly don't remember, for some obvious reasons. Didn't you sing? I don't remember what you played in rock band, but you played something with us. Oh, you're optimistic. What makes you so sure it'll all blow over?
The city always wins. There's
Fair.
always some hero that saves the day. It's the way things work.
It helps. It helps. Make no mistake. It can definitely help. Yeah. Hey, that's a thing. Hand over the gold. I'd give them more if I could.
Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't
Okay.
sleep above a pub.
I'm going to... Here, give me 30 seconds. For those that are new to the stream / Faerun News Radio, here is an invite link to the Discord, should anybody wish to join. As soon as I remember how to actually fucking do this shit. Oh, this is all completely different right now. Invite people. Ta. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Did he tell me where the room is? Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Good seeing you. Good night. Sorry, I had to shout for my wife. along with a theme to the music, or I've never heard this, the added vocals to this before. Look, this is camp. This is camp.
Where are you?
You rent a room at the Elf Song Tavern, and this is your camp.
Oh.
The rest of the game, right? Like, how about that?
That is dope.
Sorry, I had to get a hold of you for that one.
Next time, can you not scream?
I didn't, did I?
Yeah.
I love you. Oops, I woke up Lucas. Worth it though. I really wanted to show her that. That's really cool. Okay. We are 58 minutes into the stream. It is 10:10. Okay. If I'm going to properly start this. This is going to take at least 15 minutes in order to get everybody properly prepared. Alright, well, there's no time like the present. Get started. Karlak has that. That's done. Eat nobody in front of Dame Aelin.
Call out, but there is no answer. The staff operate the dumbwaiter at night.
Crespo? Question mark?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
When I first met you, saving yourself from Ceramorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret.
Are you still content at my side? This doesn't have to be your fight, and it's certainly not your typical habitat.
The city, you mean? With all its noise, smoke, stone, and bustle? I would not be here given the choice, but I promised you my support, and that is what you shall have. Still, though, this place crawls with life, but little of it flourishes. I see refugees unhoused, the destitute unwanted, orphans unloved. The city is like a forest with an overgrown canopy. Light and nourishment cannot penetrate to those who need it the most, and still it draws them in. The safety of numbers, the promise of civilization, the dream of better. All that potential is too often destined to die in the dark and rot in the gutter. I wish there was a better way. I wish everyone could see the sun, have a full belly, and know nature as a friend. There is a balance that is yet to be found. Listen to me, preaching like an initiate in his cups.
It's a fine dream. Perhaps you can help find the balance.
Yes, I hope so. But we have a battle to win before any of that.
Shadowheart's memories will be a heavy load for her to carry. But her suffering is over, and so is her parents'. I hope she finds comfort in that.
Reunited with your father. How does it feel?
It's complicated. There's the joy of reconciliation, the relief of forgiveness, and the anxiety of new expectation. It's a flurry of emotion. I'm not sure how to make sense of it.
Have you ever had Orin take Halsin? I was genuinely unsettled by her doing Halsin. They kind of lean into that. Focus on the joy. You've restored family ties and reestablished a deep bond.
Joy. To my father, I was only ever a boy. Incredible that he can see the man I became. Once all this is ended, once we've crushed the brain and freed the people, I could once more call Baldur's Gate home. Whether I return there, well, only time will tell.
I was unsettled. I guess I've come to expect a sense of decorum isn't the right phrase. You expect Halsin to appear in a certain way, even under duress. How she did Halsin. Yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like having Halsin taken. Oh god, and that was... I have to finish the story about him getting taken now that I brought it up. That was when I accidentally cast Chain Lightning on his body because I panicked when initiative was rolled and she turned into the Slayer. The targeting reticle, and you can see it in the clip, the targeting reticle went from Orin to Halsin to Orin and then snapped back. But then I pulled the trigger with Halsin being the primary target. He didn't make it. And it is not possible to resurrect anybody that dies on that altar. Just to let you all know. It was so bad, but it was funny. And just in the worst way. I just talked to you. Fair. Okay. Oh, and Carly, I forgot to reply when I saw that earlier. Yes, I think you're onto something with the method that made the statue bringing up the Dragonborn. That very well could be a Dark Urge reference. And I think it's more likely that it is than not.
I've got a long road
ahead. All right. Oh, this is a whole thing.
Keep your distance now.
wonder what the next move is.
All right.
Still alive, so that's progress.
I mean, once you've robbed the bank, it's a lot easier to commission statues. I did rob a bank after all, and I still didn't go back to get all the vaults on the right-hand side, the easiest ones to do.
My faith will guide me.
You need to talk to Gale.
What Shadowheart did for her parents was a profound act of love. Her courage is... well, it's quite something to behold. I'd be delighted, though someone else will need to watch the cook pot.
Make for a good tattoo. The whole. Shadowheart had a need for
Lead
them.
on, then.
Yes?
It happens a lot in my games. Like, okay, you need this piece of armor and you need that and blah blah blah. So they'll wind up without clothing a lot of the time. Because I throw the pieces around. Yes. I don't need that one.
Ah, an excellent choice.
He ate his clothes. Ooh, an AC of 24, because the Bone Spike boots do not count the Helldusk armor as actually being armor. And then the Bracers of Defense on top of that? Sure as shit. Hit my wizard. I fucking dare you. Doesn't really actually need those though. Community poll. I'm not going to actually do a poll because reasons. 3 options. The Helldusk gloves, the Bracers of Defense, or the Daredevil gloves. What am I putting Gale in? Or what am I giving to Gale? Alright, got 1 for Daredevil. Wearer gains a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Your ranged spell attacks are made as melee spell attacks when you are adjacent to a hostile creature. Infernal Acuity is something I'd argue for. I mean, the weapon attacks and the unarmed attack is its own thing, but I mean, even Rays of Fire, like, that's a thing. Rays of Fire, I like that. You don't want to ignore that. Let's Put the two side by side. I never get Gale close enough to do that, though. Gale always stays well enough behind. And it spells save DC as well. I'm afraid I have to go with the Helldusk as I select the Daredevil. And they do kind of complete the outfit as well. Is Helldusk, 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 yeah. I didn't want to give him that right off the bat. Ah, fuck. Alright. Arcane battery. Oh, that's right. I have the diva. Completely forgot about that. A close range murder hobo mage. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of reasons to want to do that. Like, a lot. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? How do I not... I'm used to getting a free cast, which I don't have anymore. Excellent. That's how I do it, right? Sitting here trying to remember how I properly pull everything out. Okay, so that was the arcane battery on staff number 1. Marco Heshkir is back. Air Myrmidon. Not another Baldur's Gate game. Damn, whatever will I do? Whoa, 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 Mythic. When you say that, are you suggesting the possibility that if I give it to 3 dog that
Let's get going.
I'll be able to use it again? I feel like I know the answer to this, and the answer is no, but I have to try anyway. That's my free cast. Pass the staff. Alright, passed the staff. Where? Blah! Love. All of the love. Thank you. Oh my god, you just made my life so much easier. Oh, my life just got so much easier. Thank you. Passing it from person to person, I am inclined to say that yes, it will probably get patched. That being said, we'll enjoy it while it lasts. Alright, so that was the Myrmidon. Myrmidon, Diva. Astarion needs to bite somebody. I feel like doing this at camp is a mistake. No kidding. No kidding. Alright, this is going to become a ritual. In order to be safe from the prying eyes of Dame Aelin, every time that Astarion is going to need to bite somebody to get the happy buff, we're just going to Cazador's dungeon because we know that there's nobody there.
Alright, what now?
What now is that you have a debuff, at least for the moment. Okay, there's that. She's essentially good to go. Gale needs Marco Heshkir active. Where the hell is it? Ah. Bolts of Doom.
Have a lot on my mind
Alright.
and, well, in it.
Cool. Go right back to the hotel. Or the tavern. Alright, who is where? The active party sits over here. That's cool. It's less about him biting me. It's more about where. Astarion biting anybody or really anything not up and up in front of Dame Aelin is a really bad idea. Twice now, I have had her aggro the entire party because I have done one thing or another in front of her. The first time that it happened, yeah, and the second time we saved Isabel, but the first time, Dame Aelin killed Isabel. Straight up killed her. No coming back. Isabel was done. Something that shouldn't even be remotely possible happened. Zenith for a second.
This vessel is at thy disposal.
But the vessel only stares blankly. You'll need to make room in your party first.
This soul awaits thy command.
Oh yeah, I have no idea where the Amulet of Sylvanas went. No clue. the first time that I did it, 2 honor runs before this, I brought back a body from Cazador's palace because I mean, bodies are a thing, and you want to resurrect them to be able to, you know, have undead at your command. Well, I resurrected an innocent person in front of Dame Aelin. Aelin went hostile against the entire camp. Like, she versus everybody, including Isabel. Well, I did what I could to end the fight and to be able to, you know, try to knock her out, despite the fact that being a demigod, it is not strictly speaking possible to knock her out. But either way, I did. She went down to the 1 HP and got immediately back up. She got back up as, she got back up friendly to everybody. Mic check test. Anything? Can you hear me? Can you see me? How are we doing? Mic check test. Guess I'm gonna hang out for a second and see. Still missing sound. How are we doing? I have stuff on input for a microphone, stuff on input for the Elgato. How are we looking? Good, bad? Can anybody... anything? Give that a shot. Let's see if that's doing anything. That looks good. That looks good. There really isn't any reason that it should have just completely stopped.
Get the